guys, I have your rev for you for May something, which is Thursday. We're just gonna go with Thursday. All right. We got part A. You're gonna set yourself up to clock for 8 minutes to complete 2 rounds of 24 steps of post march. All right, so post march should be slow and controlled. There should be no rushing through this. You should definitely feel your hamstrings, your lats, your back, your core all light up. We want a flat back just like we would with any kind of deadlift. This is very similar to a single leg deadlift. So you're going to complete 1 round of 24 steps, set your weights down, whatever they are, rest for at least as long as it took you to get through that, and then complete your second set of 24. So post march with kettlebells looks like hinge at the hip, tap the ground. Okay, with dumbbells, you do not have to go all the way to the ground. You can if you like to point them like this. You also can just slide to mid-shin and step on. So it's like a deadlift, but we're marching for 2 rounds. All right, I'll be right back with part B. All right, back at you with the workout. We're gonna go for 3 rounds today with a 30-minute cap of a workout that has rowing programmed in it. When I'm all done going through the workout, just calling it rowing, I'm gonna give you a bunch of options for what you could put in that segment if you don't have a rower. Okay, 3 rounds with a 30-minute cap of 5 push-ups, and then a 10-calorie row for women, a 13-calorie row for men, 10 hanging knee raises. Okay, those can be lying leg raises for those of you that don't have a spot to hang from. Then it's 10-calorie row for women, 13-calorie row for men, 15 slam ball over the shoulder, or if you don't happen to have a slam ball, I would go with 15 cleans. I'm going to show you with a kettlebell, cleans with one hand, then put it down all the way from the ground with the other hand until you have a total of 15. Then you've got your 10-calorie row for women, 13-calorie row for men, 10 ring rows. Obviously, if you don't have rings, you can go with a bent over row, a banded row, a doorway row, whatever kind of row you want to do. Or if you don't want to do rows, sub in 10 bicep curls. Whatever it is, work some upper body. Could be push press too. Then you got your 10 and 13-calorie row again. And last but not least, your favorite 5 dumbbell man makers. If you don't have dumbbells to do those with, you don't have the right weight, then you can do those with no weight and still get a pretty good stimulus out of them. Let's see. Oh, and then it completes with the row again. So a 10-calorie row for women, 13-calorie row for men probably takes about 40 to 45 seconds. So when I do give you all of those other options for what you could do, you're going to do them for 40 to 45 seconds. So not a minute, but definitely more than 30 seconds there. All right, now I'm going to go through and demonstrate movement and then give you all those options. So for push-ups, what we're looking for as an end goal is tight hollow body position, hands under shoulders, able to drop your chest to the ground and push back up without breaking that plank. If right now you're not quite there yet, and you can go to your knees and pop, that's great. If you can go down to your knees and back up, I guess that was pretty much the same thing. You can do them from your knees. You can elevate your upper body a little bit, but it's only 5, so make them challenging. Then you have your cardio segment, which I'll go back to. Hanging knee raises. All right, if you have a spot to hang for, that's awesome. Excuse me. Hang and do 10 knee raises. If you don't, but you have a heavy object you can hang on to, you can grab that. And go this way, Or tuck in and kick, out, tuck, kick. This way. If you happen to have some kind of resistance band at home and something you trust to pull against, something heavy like a couch or hooking this through a door frame, you can put your hands up as though you're hanging from the rig and bring together in the center. To keep conditioning those lats for when you do get back to the gym and someday we hang from the rig again and do those knees to elbow. So 10 reps there. Cardio again, we'll hit that in a minute. 15, slam ball over the shoulder. I'm gonna demo that with a wall ball. Just to review, I want your chest up and your knees bent when you do a slam ball over the shoulder. And if you don't happen to have a slam ball, I'd like to see some cleans, dumbbell or kettlebell to the chest, put it down, switch hands. As you can see, this is very similar, starting with my knees bent, chest up, using my hips to propel the weight to my shoulder. So very similar movements. If you are throwing a slam ball over your shoulder, be sure you're not going like this to throw it. Squeeze and make momentum, pop it over your shoulder. It's a whole different game if you're a competitor and you got a 100-pound sandbag, but most of us do not have the same goals as those folks in mind, and we don't need to be hyperextending our backs. Off the soapbox now. Back to cardio. Then you have your 10 ring rows, right? So if you have a resistance band, you can find yourself a position. You can pull against that. You can go in a doorway. You can bent over row. Or like I said, swap that movement out altogether for some other upper body that you want to do. Back to your cardio, and then man makers, which I know somebody forgot a step, so I have to do one. All right, dumbbell man makers. Go. Push up, wide feet. Row, row, hop up. If you can, squat clean, thruster. If you can't squat clean, clean, and then thruster. So, man maker goes, push up, row, row, squat clean, thruster. I will write that all in your notes. And then you're back for one more round of cardio, which I will demonstrate in just a minute. All right, here I am with the options for cardio for you. If you have another cardio machine and you want to sub it in there, that's great. Go for it. Put in 40 to 45 seconds on that machine and then get back to the movements in the workout. If you don't have a cardio machine and you're looking for some options, have I got options for you? All right, some of them involve a kettlebell or a dumbbell. Some are just body weight. And of course, you could just run for 45 seconds if that's your jam. First one would be, this is a lot like rowing, the sumo deadlift high pull. So for this movement, you've got your feet wide. You're gonna come down into your sumo deadlift position, squeeze and pull. I accidentally paired that with rowing the other day. It was terrible because it's essentially the same movement as rowing. All right, so sumo deadlift high pull for 40 seconds. You could always count your first round and see how long or how many you get done in that time and then just do that number. Or power jacks. Take a small weight in your hands and instead of flapping your arms, push the weight up and down. Or you could go with regular jumping jacks. My new favorite, lateral frog burpees. Lateral movement is so good for us. It's good to find ways to work it in. So with the frog burpee, you don't extend out all the way flat. You hop back to a crawl position, jump up, and over, back, up, over. Just see that from this angle back to here. Holding my core in tight, jump up, and move to the side. So again, count how many you get done in the first round of 40 seconds, and then hit that number. Regular kettlebell swings would be another thing you could do for 40 seconds. And let's see. I believe that's all my options. All right, so to run through that one more time, you could do sumo deadlift high pull, power jacks or regular jacks, lateral frog burpees, or regular kettlebell swings. All of those are great things to sub in for that cardio movement. All right, I'll be back in a second with your warm-up. All right, guys, here's your warm-up for Thursday. We're gonna go with 2 rounds of 10 warrior step through. So I want you to come down to plank, bring a foot in between your hands, push up and reach, back down to plank, straight into the other side, reach up, bring it back down. So this is kind of like a yoga movement. We're going to keep it moving. Really squeeze your tush and feel that stretch in the hip flexors, and it will warm you up. It works about every muscle in your body. 10 warrior step throughs, 5 palm stretches, down dog to up dog, back again, 10 air squats, 5 inchworms, hands to ground, I like to hang out here and stretch for a second. 10 down ups. All right, blood flowing again. The burpee without a push-up. And then 5 RDLs. Take your time and make those feel good. We're going to go through that twice, and then you'll be ready to post-march. Enjoy your workout. I'll see you Saturday.